Welcome back, YouTube. Thank you for coming back and joining me for another video. I have a special treat for you. Today's vocal effect is going to be on Lil Baby. If you're new here, I encourage you to hit the subscribe and hit the like button. It helps grow this community that we have going on. And if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to drop it in the comments below and I'll answer any of your questions, all right? So let's get straight into the video. Let's go ahead and hop into my FL Studio. I'm gonna play you a part of the song, give you a little sample, and then we'll get into the vocal chain, okay? Let's do it. It is.
Going all the way to Mars, trying to reach into the stars. They looking funny. I just be stacking my paper, stack it, then I watch it fall. Pull out the celly, maybe call a couple broads. I swear that her ass be so heavy. I make her shake till the panties come off. I make her work for the dollar she want. For this rack, she gon' make it come off. I double tap, but I do it in person. Spending racks, but we need it right back. Poppin' tags on my niggas gon' flex. I'ma say the word on my niggas on go. 22, living 34. Police tryna kick the door, tryna make it out the gutter. No worries, have to promise Millie that I get a milli. All this rap.
Okay, that right there was a kind of a sample of the flow and the beat that I chose and selected. So let's get right into the vocal chain. So recording the vocal, I encourage you guys to make sure to have a limiter, a fruity limiter. You're gonna use the noise gate part. So you just wanna decrease the threshold and turn the gain all the way down. And what that does is it catches all the low frequency and the muddiness that your room might have. Maybe a noise fan is going off. Maybe you have a fridge in your room and there's a humming and a buzz. It catches all of that and it basically doesn't let it pass. Only let your vocals through. That's what you want. I have auto-tune on here for this song. The key was in F sharp minor, and I set the retune to 12. I put the humanizer up. A lot of people don't talk about the humanizer. I'm gonna explain it a little bit. The humanizer is basically what it says. It makes your voice more human. So if you want to go more the T-Pain route in your auto-tune, you want to go less, you can achieve the little Uzi Vert effect going with less humanizer. You can achieve like Travis Scott probably uses less humanizer. But if you still want that your vocal tone to be there, the way you sound, you want to turn the humanizer all the way up. I also have a C6 on here. This is a light compression. It's just compressing the high frequency and the low frequency a little bit, just so that it's nice and tamed when the vocals are going in. Next on the vocal chain is Fruity Parametric EQ2, and I use this EQ to cut out the low end. I don't want no low end in my vocals. I have a lot of bass and I want to try to minimize that. And then I just do a casual EQ, a surgical EQ to take out all of the nasty frequencies. So this is the EQ.
Going all the way to Mars, trying to reach into the stars. They looking funny.
So it just catches all of the low end frequencies. I took off all the harsh tones that I had in my voice. I boosted the 10K region just a little bit, maybe 3 dBs. Boosted it, open it up a little bit. Next, I have NLS channel. This plugin is for texture, for flavor, for tonality, for characteristics. This is a very simple plugin. There's 2 knobs. You want to put it on a Niveau setting if you are going to use this. Put the drive up and it just adds tone and characteristics to your vocals. All of the best sounding vocals and music used to come from analog gear. So if you can try to use plugins that emulate the analog gear, you can get that nice, warm, kind of beautiful sound that we grew up on, you know? I just put the drive up at 6 and I'm gonna on and off it for you.
Going all the way to Mars, trying to reach into the stars. They looking funny. I just be stacking my...
It's very, very slight. What you're looking for is for characteristics and tonality changes. And with the other plugins that I have, it's gonna all compound to make this beautiful sounding vocal. Next, I have a Ssl Channel EQ on here. What this does is this is also an EQ, and you can EQ out certain frequencies or whatever, and this adds tonalities and characteristics to your voice that you're looking for. I cut out the low end about 63 hertz. I boosted the 8K range about 3 dB. I took out the 500 kilohertz range about -3 dB, and I took out a little bit of the low end also. So next on the plugin chain, I have Ssl 76. Very a great plugin for compression. This is another one of the plugins that adds characteristics and vocal tonalities to your vocals, and this is where the sauce is. There's a common theme in all of my vocal effect tutorials. What you're looking for is for clarity, tonality, and characteristics. If you can achieve these three, then you're always gonna have a great vocal. I pride myself on looking for these three things when I'm recording and mixing and doing all of this stuff, because if you can get a great sounding vocal, people will listen. You know what I mean? Anyways, that was just a little side tangent. This plugin, I have it set to about 3 seconds for the attack. So this is like a medium to fast attack. I want the compression to really cling onto the vocals. Let me A and B it for you. This is with it off.
Going all the way to Mars, trying to reach into the stars. They looking funny. I just be stacking my paper. Stack it, then I watch it fall.
It's very slight, raises the volume a little bit, contains all of the quieter vocals, brings it up just a little bit. I do another compression after that. The C6, I try to do more than one compression to get the different characteristics from the different plugins, because they all mesh really well together. So you want to try to combine the best plugins together like puzzles that fit perfectly with each other. So I have the C6 here. I'm compressing the highs, the mids, and the low mids. It's just taming all of the different frequency spectrums, making sure they're not poking out too much, making sure they're nice and contained. I'm gonna A and B it for you.
Going all the way to Mars, trying to reach into the stars. They looking funny. I just be stacking my paper. Stack it, then I watch it fall. Pull out the celly. Maybe call a couple broads. I swear that her ass be so heavy. I make a shake till it pain.
And it just tames the different frequency spectrums. Whichever's poking out too much, I just pull the threshold down, make sure it's taming it, you know, making sure to compensate whatever is getting lost. Next, I have a de-esser on here, and the de-esser is just catching all the sibilance, all of the S's and the T's and the harshness that's poking out. The de-esser captures that, brings it down, tames it, and you don't have that problem after you de-ess. Next, I have a Tech, one of my favorite plugins. This plugin adds tonality and characteristics to your vocals. At this point, there's a couple different knobs here. One is to boost the frequencies. One is to subtract, take away, like attenuate. If it's too harsh, to take some away. You have a different bandwidth and the different frequency dials. I just took away some of the 100 hertz range. It was a little too prominent at this point in the chain, so I just took a little bit out. And yeah, and this plugin adds characteristics. So once it goes in, it just sounds this analog kind of warm feeling, like gritty. Like if you take a look at the plugin here, you can see like the grittiness, the oldness. It just adds that kind of feel to the vocal. Next, I have an RVox, and I didn't do much to the RVox. I just to tighten the vocal up, just to make sure everything is nice and cohesed and together, and it's not too I just need to raise the volume a little bit. This is a great plugin that does that, also adds characteristics and volume. And then I have my delay on here. I have the H delay on a quarter note delay, have the feedback to 24, put a little high pass and a low pass on it, reduced it so that it's not super prominent in my mix. I want it in the back, all the way in the back, and I think it fits perfectly. And then I have a reverb send here. I have true reverb. I'm still trying out different reverbs. This one was okay for the most part. If you have any good reverbs that I should try out, leave a comment on the section below. I'm still trying to figure out some of the what's the best reverbs, which ones I like. I've always struggled with that. I have S1 Imager on here, and it just adds like it makes it so that it's not linear and it's like not down the middle. I kind of like it like this when it's kind of moving this way like that. That right there was how to achieve the little baby vocal sound effect. Thank you for watching the video. If you're new here, I encourage you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, help this community grow. And you're a part of it now if you're watching this video. I thank you for watching. If you have a question, throw it in the comment section below. I'll make sure to answer it for you. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.